driveway to look at what you call a grazes? Because I'd love to know in your head what you think that is.
All right, family, we're gonna talk about auto shops, specifically auto body repair shops. I think that I came across this clip online and I love it. I think that it is pretty representative, but let's watch.
She's like, yeah, no, I'll show you. So both of us go out to the driveway. I'm like, we need a new door. Gotta go to a body shop. You ever go there? Man, they're waiting for you to pull in.
There you
What
go.
are you gonna do? Fix it in your garage? You do body work? I know nobody that does this. I gotta go in. You go to a body shop, everybody comes out. The whole garage.
That's perfect. Let's face it, there's honest mechanics and honest body shops out there, of course, but unfortunately, there's so many dishonest ones, right? And that experience is probably the experience of many Americans going into body shops. My advice: don't ever walk into a body shop unless your insurance is paying.
When you pull in, there's a guy that, hey, we got one. Let's take a look at it. And they swarm the car. I thought I was at a Cirque du Soleil show.
Once again, the drama. This is the drama, right?
And they call out the head guy. It's the best actor they got.
What a great word, the actor.
Frankie, you want to take a look at this? As soon as he sees the car, he's like, whoa. Would you get sideswiped by a semi?
So the truth is, right, when you're acting, what are you doing? You're faking. And when you're faking, what are you doing? You're lying, right? That's what it is. And that's that's really the crux of all this, is that the average American is just being lied to and they're being cheated. And it's sort of like, okay, almost. We've come to just expect it.
He goes into his whole spiel. They always get on one knee. I don't like when they do the one knee job. And then they start talking to themselves. It's a shame. It's a shame.
This is exactly on
See, if you would
point.
have got hit an inch,
If only.
an inch here, I could have buffed it out. But since your wife hit it where she hit it, I gotta remove the quarter panel, I gotta take out the trunk, remove the seats, the engine's gotta go. What? Man, I'm just spitballing here, but 21 grand, don't quote me on that. I haven't removed anything, but that's what I'm guessing from the start.
Someone else is paying? Yeah, go in there and drop it off and just, tell them to do their damage. Fine. But if you're going in and you're expecting, somebody else isn't footing the bill, don't do it. I'm going to show you some options here. All right, so I open up my eBay app, and here I am. We're going to just do an example, right? Let's pick a Toyota Sienna, for example. It's a common family car. Let's look up the side view mirrors, right? Let's be specific here. Let's do a passenger side, side view mirror. This is a common thing that, you hit, you brake, and here you go. Like, you've got all these options here. And they're generally pretty affordable. And then we can do another example. Like, okay, forget that. Let's do the example from the video, right? Let's say you drive a Toyota Sienna and you need an entire driver's side door assembly, right? Boom. Here you go. You got few options right here. One, two, three options right at the top. They even come in different colors. If you get lucky, your color matches. If you don't, you get a spray job on it, right? Or you can even get it wrapped the same color. But being practical, like this is how you'd want to really generally want to get these things done a lot cheaper. Hood. Let's look up a hood, right? So you crumple your hood, you damage your hood. You can just simply go and buy another hood, a used hood for the same year. This is a very good hack. Now let's say, okay, fine, you've got a BMW, right? Similar situation. BMW X5, you can buy parts for anything, especially a lot of used parts. And so I know what you're thinking probably. You're like, well, this is like, got to get a part shipped. Well, actually, it doesn't, they ship these. They're in the business of this. A lot of these are free shipping, and they'll ship it to your mechanic shop, right? So, you get to avoid a body shop. You get to actually just use a mechanic shop. And a mechanic shop will go ahead and they will install parts for you, no problem. Once you start to ask them to fix parts, right, fix paint, straighten sheet metal, they're gonna say no. That's generally the red line, right? And you don't cross that, and they just install parts. They'll take the bolts off and take the old hood off and toss it for you and put a new hood on. They'll easily take off the old door and put in the new door. And then you can generally go to a paint shop and just say, okay, just paint it. That can be done. A lot of times, you get the door is off. You can just have it painted, off the vehicle a lot cheaper. And then you can just have it put on, right? You can just call up a couple paint shops, body shops, and just say, hey, I'm gonna mail a door to you. Just paint it this color, and here's the paint code. And that's much easier than all the circus of, hey, how much to straighten this out, how much to take off these parts and rehab them and fix them, right? It's just not, you're going to find yourself in a tough situation versus in this situation, you have control. It's like, here's the part, you get lucky, you get in the same color. And then you don't even have to, you can just skip that part. And if you really hate body shops, just get it wrapped. Get the door wrapped the same color, which is always an option if you got like a basic color, and that would definitely do the job. So highly recommend it. I mean, and what's great is like this works for even other things, right? Like if you go. Let's look at engines. Like we were looking at hoods and door handles and door assemblies, but like now let's look at like a full engine. So like we chose like a okay, you had a typical Japanese car, but we tried BMW. Now I just searched BMW X5 engine, right? You can find entire engines. And you might say, well, how can I trust this? These are used engines. But I will tell you this from someone who has bought engines and transmissions online, sight unseen. You can rely on these engines because the folks selling these engines are not individual buyers. You always buy from a reputable, large parts dealer. A lot of them are these co-parts type of places that just sell tons of engines. They're just in the business selling engines and transmissions out of wrecked cars or selling parts out of wrecked cars. And they cannot afford to ship a several $1,000 part to you and then have you put it in and then find out it doesn't work, because you're gonna go back and you're gonna raise a claim against them. eBay is going to take the money out of their account and give it back to you, and they're gonna end up with a bad review. And that's the big one. They get banned from eBay, their business is over. So I assure you, these folks are not trying to rip anybody off, because eBay will kick them off the platform, right? Just like, as a bad actor on Amazon, you start to screw over buyers. That's exactly what happened. You get kicked off of Amazon, your business is over. So these folks are not, there's recourse here, versus you got these crooked shops and they're just lying and cheating, and unfortunately they get away with it. Until now, I hope. Until now. Because I'm out here trying to get the word out, and I'm also trying to get the word out about LifeVize. So let me take a few minutes to tell you about LifeVize. LifeVize is an app, currently just an Android app that you can download at the Android Play Store. And there's no subscription fees. It's a free app that you can download, and on there you can get in and you can bid. You can pay transaction by transaction, kind of like the way you pay on Uber, for advice. And so when you're in a situation, it could be a year from now, it could be tomorrow, and you need advice, you can go in and put in whatever your issue is, whether it's car or home related, and you can get connected with someone to help you and give you advice. This is the biggest issue with a lot of folks. Like, they just don't know a mechanic, or they don't know a plumber. And so LifeVize allows you to instantly connect with someone before you make a $500 or a $5,000 decision, right? It lets you be informed. It lets you ask questions, and it lets you hire the right person for the job, right? It allows you to kind of quickly see that, you're about to waste your money on a mechanic that doesn't really know what they're doing, and they're just going to throw a bunch of parts at your car, and you're going to go back and find out your original issue was never fixed. And then you're going to end up back at another mechanic and another mechanic. That's an expensive way to learn from your mistake, right? And so the idea is we prevent that. We give you the advice that you need to avoid those kinds of issues. And same thing with houses, right? Same thing happens with plumbers, electricians, HVAC technicians.